The UK's F-35B Lightning II stealth fighter jet, valued at over $110 million, which has been stranded at the Thiruvananthapuram International Airport, is finally being moved. Remember, this fighter jet was stranded in the Thiruvananthapuram International Airport in Kerala since the 14th of June. Now, the final checks are being conducted by the team of 17 experts. And the big question is, will the F-35 finally leave India? And is UK's F-35 now finally set to fly? NDTV's Shivaru brings us more details.
These are actually very interesting pictures that we're seeing live from Thiruvananthapuram. It's the first time the F-35 has actually budged an inch ever since it was parked at bay number 4 of the Thiruvananthapuram airport after it landed under distress on the 14th of June, 22 days ago. So this is actually really good to see that finally the aircraft is moving from a spot that it has sat on literally for 3 weeks and counting. The engineering crew that arrived on that Royal Air Force A400M transport aircraft are the people who are conducting this towing. And the reason why the aircraft is being moved is because the British government has finally accepted an Indian offer to move the F-35 to a maintenance and repair hangar belonging to Air India somewhere in the Thiruvananthapuram airport, where the aircraft will now be taken. That's where these live pictures are depicting right now. The aircraft will be taken there, and a closer inspection and an attempt will be made to actually repair the aircraft. Now remember, this is proving to be a big challenge for those engineering teams because they've attempted to do that 2 or 3 times already. The crew that arrived on that Airbus A400M aircraft, the big transport aircraft that we saw landing earlier, has also brought with them some specialized equipment which is required to move this aircraft and to actually handle it, because it's not an ordinary aircraft. It's a 5th generation stealth fighter, and sometimes standard equipment cannot be used. There are some certain restrictions with proprietary technology as well. All those concerns have proven to be small challenges, though the British government has acknowledged Indian help and thanked India repeatedly and profusely for cooperating and helping out with this issue. So now the aircraft will move into a maintenance hangar where hopefully the Royal Air Force and Royal Navy will be able to fix the aircraft and get it to fly back on its own power. But remember that if they are unsuccessful in doing that, or if the engineering crew deems it too unsafe or too risky to actually get the aircraft airborne on its own power, then they will have to move to plan B, which we've reported on NDTV, which is dismantling the jet, putting it into a large C-17 type transport aircraft, and then flying it back to a base where it can be fixed in a better way.
All right, we'll try and make sense of this latest development from Thiruvananthapuram. I'm joined by Group Captain Ajay Ahlawat, an IAF veteran himself. Captain Ahlawat, welcome to NDTV. The first question that comes to my mind is, are there any known reliability or maintenance issues with the F-35B that could explain this extended grounding?
See, F-35 is a very capable aircraft. There are about 1,000 of them flying with 19 different countries, and there are about 2,000 more on order. So one aircraft getting stuck at a foreign location does not, it's at best an anecdotal evidence. It's a very capable aircraft. Specific to, the aircraft that we're discussing today, there are 3 challenges, which is SEE. The first is the skill level. The initial team that visited, probably was not able to repair it. The next challenge is in terms of equipment. If they need to jack up the aircraft or if it needs specialized equipment, they probably didn't have it.
Okay.
And the third question is of expense. Expense is always involved. If it was not very expensive, they would have probably got a Chinook, underslung it and taken to HMS Wales. So those 3 challenges will be considered before they make a final decision. And as you rightly said, correct. Please go ahead.
No. Complete your thought, Captain Ahlawat.
If the snag remains, and if the challenge pertains to anything to do with thrust of the engine or the flight control system, they will not take chance. Couple of avionics not working is fine. It can still get airborne and reach home. But if there is any problem with the thrust of the aircraft or the flight control of the aircraft, they would probably make it lighter, remove the wings, and put in an aircraft and take it home.
Okay, Captain Alawat, could this entire incident also, in a way, raise concerns about operational security, given that the F-35 stealth and sensor technology, they're highly classified?
As I said, one incident, we can't use just one evidence to pass a judgment on the aircraft. Thousands of them are flying, 19 different countries. This is one of its kind incident.
Okay.
The government of United Kingdom was worried that if we put it inside a hangar, probably we'll see a little too much. That worry was unfounded. Nonetheless, they kept it outside in monsoons. Moisture, rain, water, a lot of things have gone in which should not have.
Yeah.
Finally, they're moving it inside a hangar, which is a place where a long-standing aircraft should be, and that is a place where they can actually carry out their maintenance.
But I also want to understand, is this standard protocol for the United Kingdom to send its own experts rather than rely on the local or the joint teams for troubleshooting such aircrafts?
The flying of the aircraft or the maintaining or troubleshooting of an aircraft is very specialized activity. Only people who are trained on the type, only people who are trained on F-35, and on F-35, people specifically trained on F-35B, the version that we have here, can carry out repairs. If it was limited or restricted just to giving it a little bit of fuel and air, that a lot of people could have done. But it's more likely more than that. So we need a specialist team to fix the issues that the aircraft is facing.
Okay. This flight has been stranded for over 3 weeks now. What I want to understand from you are the broader implications to this. Does this in any way affect the perception of the F-35's reliability or suitability for global operations?
No, it should not. See, it reflects more on the technical ability of the Royal Navy and the Royal Air Force rather than on the aircraft. The Marine Corps operates it from very austere locations, forward operating bases, and they are able to retain serviceability or flight line availability of 60-65%. In our case, I'll give you an example. In 2004 October, one of our Mirage 2000 landed with wheels up in Mauritius. Wheels up landing is very traumatic for the airframe. But within 3 weeks, we got it fixed, we got it airborne, and within 3 weeks, the aircraft was recovered back home. So the time they have taken is little surprising. The aircraft landing here is not surprising. Fighters do land at alternate bases. But the time they've taken is 3 weeks, and then, we see the team arriving. The team should have arrived on the second day. And the second surprising thing is their insistence on keeping it parked outside. We read that they're keeping an eye on this aircraft from satellites. If they can look at the aircraft from 1,000 miles up, we can certainly look at it from a terminal building, 100 meters away using specialized lenses. So these two things are little, difficult to explain.